Hey guys, yeah, welcome to the kind of first instalment that we're going to be doing for the Biker Kitchen Garden. I'm North East Wales and Chile Studios, all kind of get some online kind of workshops going. These are going to be mainly for those who might have missed the Zoom workshops we've got going on. Obviously have to don the dungarees for being in the garden, so we all feel at home. I wanted to do some of these outside, but it's been pretty miserable weather this past couple of days, so I'm going to get out as much as possible. So we've got a taste of the outside world while doing these activities. But to start it off, it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be for people who may have missed or not been a part of the workshops, and just so we can get as many people involved doing some of these growing activities at home while we're in current January lockdown. Hopefully get a sight of stuff that's going to be going on in the garden. We'll leave kind of follow the Biker Kitchen Garden group on Facebook so you can kind of get the updates. So we're trying to get as many kind of activities going, and this is a kind of catch up, and there might be some new activities we've got going on that we haven't done in the workshops. There might be I don't know, what any requests that you might want to be doing or being seen or learn about with your garden, or keeping like plants alive at home, propagating, making kind of seed bombs, things like that, and looking after your plants so it's just about ready to go straight in the ground when we're going to go back to the garden when that opens, which hopefully, fingers crossed, praying for everything, that it's going to be pretty soon. We're in the middle of January now, so yeah, hopefully it's going to be soon. So yeah, we're going to start this video with the first one is going to be about making some compostable plant pots at home, just using stuff you've got around the house. We're going to be sending some packs out, so get in touch with us if you want to kind of get some seeds and some growing stuff and some of the activities we're going to be getting over the next couple of weeks. Hopefully not much longer than months, but we're waiting on everything. So yeah, what we've got is we're going to be doing some compostable pots today, and we're going to be planting some seedlings, and just to kind of get ourselves prepared and get ourselves ready for hitting the garden or hitting the ground running when we access the garden again. So I've got a number of little things I'm going to be doing. I'm going to show you through and talk through what I've got. This is going to be something you can do at home, which doesn't require much of the packs. If you've got seeds and compost, yeah, you can jump straight into this. I'm going to be doing some herbs because I've got some packing of herb seeds, and they grow quite well to start off at home and getting the seedlings going. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly show you through this. A number of different kind of things you can get around the house, as long as the main thing is that it's not kind of glossed paper that we use. So what we're going to need for the first bit is we're going to need some newspaper, today's newspaper, yeah, and for the eye paper today, and we're going to need some form of vessel or pot to wrap it around and get the shape and get the form. You don't need any tape or anything, it just folds in on itself, so that should be pretty straightforward. What I'm going to do is I'm going to angle the camera down a bit more so you can see the table, so I'm not kind of just lifting everything up and going la 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 la. But yeah, if you've got, like, these are going to be coming on every Thursday hopefully, so yeah, keep in tune, or stay tuned and keep in touch, so we can kind of enjoy these workshops together and this lockdown together. So catch us in a couple of seconds, guys. We'll get started, and you'll notice that I say and quite a lot through these videos. That's just how it is. So catch you in a sec. I'll angle down and I'll see you. Don your dungarees as well, purple dungarees. Okay, so what I've got is going to use a tin can that I used from probably beans or tomatoes or something like that. Anything you can get in a supermarket. Get rid of the label and any sticky bits that attach or will latch onto the paper, which might make it a bit more difficult to kind of prise apart. But what I've got is I've got newspaper, and I've just taken off the front two sheets. We're going to use the two sheets to give it like a bit more robustness and a bit more strength. If you can use one sheet, but it might disintegrate away a bit. So round about the size of a pot, a regular size newspaper is ideal, because what you can do is you double up again and then fold it in half, So you want about this much over the top to create the bottom. So what we're doing is we're wanting to make this this seal, so the compost or the soil or whatever growing medium you're using doesn't leak out the bottom. It's quite good for drainage of the paper as well, so it won't you won't pool water at the bottom, so the seedlings won't get affected. So what you're basically going to do is you're going to, with the bottom bit, which doesn't have the hole in the top, that goes about halfway up, or the bit at the top is hanging out the top. I'll show you what I mean. So the top bit goes push against the top bit of paper, leaving a little bit at the bottom. And simply what you're going to do is you're just going to roll, okay, until you've got this lovely shape. And simply you're just going, without any tape, as I said, you're just going to fold it over as if you're wrapping somewhat of a present, and then tuck it underneath like so, just so it holds its shape. And simply you're just going to pull it out with a little bit of TLC. Come on, this is when it doesn't work. And this worked so much better in practice. Yeah, you're going to pull it out, and then basically that is your pot which you're going to grow in. Now I know what you're thinking, Dom, you've got a perfectly good vessel here to grow stuff in. That's very true. You can use these pots as well, but what we don't have is any drainage in the bottom. So for the observant of you that think that yes, we can use this pot, all you're going to need is a hammer and a nail, and then just tap in a couple of light hits. The more gaps, probably the best. I'm going to go for about 8 or 9. Okay. Dun. Obviously be careful if you're using the tools. I've got quite a big nail here, a long nail, so I don't catch my fingers. So what I've made is a few little holes, and there's another growing pot. And yeah, so that's a paper pot, which is great. So once we've got the compost in, after this little chat, I'm going to take you into how to put the seeds in and how to grow the seeds. But this can go straight into the ground, so we don't need to worry about transplanting. It's because this is biodegradable, and because the paper will kind of mulch away into the ground as soon as I planted it. We don't have to worry about disturbing the roots or anything like that. Whereas these are quite good for having around the kitchen to put herbs in. I've got some basil seeds which I'm going to plant into these and kind of watch this grow over time. Finally, if you don't have a newspaper and you don't have pots, there's something that we've got an abundance of. And I know that everyone had an abundance of it last lockdown, but toilet paper rolls. These are great. These work exactly the same as the boxes or the pots out of newspaper. It's very accessible because everyone uses toilet paper unless you've got a lovely bidet, which I don't. So we use this. So simply what you do is rather than wrapping it around, you're going to make a cut up round about 2 inches, and you can use that just to fold in on itself, making sure that there's no holes like before for the compost to leak out of. Just use some kind of manipulation to press it down there, and there we have it, our lovely pot. So 3 pots, give that a good little stick around there so it stands up. 3 pots to grow our seeds and mediums in. So our seeds, mediums, and plants. So what's going to be ideal is once you've got these we're going to keep them on a surface. You can keep them on a plate, or keep them, if you've got a seed tray, that would be ideal, just so it doesn't kind of soak your countertops and leak out. Because it can get quite annoying just having to kind of wash it up and wash your windowsills constantly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the compost that I've got, and I'm going to plant them in here, show you how to do it. Simply sprinkle some seeds in there and we're going to get grown. Okay, and this will be our first starter, and that'll be great. Okay, perfect. Catch us in a sec. Okay, since we started on this one, I'm going to focus on doing the newspaper pot. So simply what you want to do is with whatever growing medium you get, we're either going to get the husks, which you pour water on and they expand, or you've got some soil. If you've got some soil around the house or some compost, you can get them from any shop. I think supermarkets are stocking them now as well, so you can get those there. So what you're going to do is you're going to pour your growing medium, your compost, into your pot, leaving just a little bit at the top and a little bit left in the bottom, in the bag, just to kind of sprinkle over the top, just so we don't have to kind of dig in, like prod into the ground, and we can just give it a light sprinkling so it can break, all the seedlings can break through. So once you've done this, you're going to get a handful of seedlings or seeds, and then just lightly sprinkle over the top. Dun, 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 dun. Stick these back in there. Come on, for good luck. And just a slight handful, and that can go over the top. You're going to give that a little water with your watering can, and I'll show you a video, or part of the next video, or part of the workshop. I'll show you a quick video on how to make homemade watering cans so it disperses the water quite evenly. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So give that a water, stick it on the windowsill where it lives, get it plenty of light, get it plenty of keep it watered every other day. Don't want to soak it, just lightly cover it. And yeah, that's us. That's the video as well. So keep your pots, or keep your tins, because they can grow as many herbs as possible in them, and it's good to have around the kitchen just as you're cooking. So yeah, that's us. If you have any questions, guys, if you're struggling with anything, I'll stick some instructions down below so you can see it. And yeah, let me know how everything's going. Keep us posted about your what you're growing. Stick it in the Facebook group. Show us what you've got growing on the house. Any gardening activities, any creative activities you've been doing over lockdown. And yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I shall see you very soon. I hope everything's going to be going okay over the next couple of weeks, and I'm really excited to see you on the workshops. So I'm going to love you and leave you, and really enjoy your company. Catch you next time on this lovely catch-up video instruction thing with North East Wales and Chilly Studios and Piker Garden. Bye! Bye 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 bye.